formally begin our program, may we call on Energy Secretary Rafael P.M. Lotilla for his opening remarks.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., the Honorable Speaker and Executive Secretary, other government officials and guests from the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, good afternoon. A warm welcome to all. At the outset, Mr. President, we wish to thank you for relentlessly pushing for the completion of the Mindanao-Visayas interconnection project and other major transmission projects. In the early months of your term, you will recall that you prioritized the transmission of existing power supplies to where they were needed. Without transmission lines from new power generation plants to the grid, their available capacity would have been wasted or stranded. This was true for around 600 megawatts from coal plants in Bataan, from renewable energy plants in Negros, and as much as 800 megawatts from Mindanao. Every prospective investor in the generation business, as you recounted to me, whom you met, complained that the system impact studies from NGCP were delayed by 1.5 to 2 years. Without them, new generation projects could not proceed. Tutok and Pukpok, you will recall, were our marching orders from you. The government therefore reached out to the transmission concessionaire, NGCP, the Office of the President no less, the Executive Secretary himself, the DILG and other agencies help out at various stages. DOE's undersecretaries and their teams spared no effort and time to help out. So did the ERC. The good news was that NGCP, despite some of the unfinished transmission lines, found ways to alleviate the stranded power situation last year. The SIS approval process has improved, but processing time still can be improved. Last year, Mr. President, we approved the first transmission development plan in the last 6 years, enabling the Energy Regulatory Commission to approve the projects that were applied for by NGCP. Last night, we activated the reserves market. Prior to the commercial operation of the reserve market, reserve levels of the 3 grids were below the prescribed levels. With today's commercial operation of the reserve market, the available reserves are sufficient to ensure the system stability of the grid. We are completing the mapping out of the critical transmission lines of NGCP and are coordinating with the local government units to avoid damage, accidental or otherwise, to the submarine cables and overland grid lines. The Cebu-Mindanao submarine cables make Cebu an even more critical hub for keeping the country's power system interconnected. Cebu-Negros Panay, Cebu-Bohol, Cebu-Leyte, that eventually connects to Luzon via Samar. We thank NGCP for its cooperation in this respect, and we do look forward to more for the good of our country and people. So thank you everyone for making this day possible. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Secretary Lotilla. And now to deliver his message, may we call on the President and CEO of the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, Mr. Anthony Almeda.
Good afternoon. To the President, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., to our Speaker, Martin Romualdez, to our Executive Secretary, to our DOE, ERC, Transco, and NEA, and all the family, from people from Dimanhog, Cebu, and Lala Norte, our Board of Directors. The milestone we are witnessing today is the culmination of almost 40 years of vision, studies and surveys, and finally construction and energization of the Mindanao-Visayas interconnection under NGCP. This is a testament of our dedication and commitment to fulfilling our mandate of improving, upgrading, expanding, and enforcing the Philippine power grid. NGCP is honored to complete this landmark energy project under the leadership of and guidance of our President, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. We have the best engineers and professionals team with us finding creative solutions with DOE and ERC to challenge this unique in our grid and proving that the Filipino workers is truly a cut above the rest. With NGCP at the helm, we have infused over 300 billion pesos in grid expansion, initiative construction, 28 new substations, installing more transmission lines, upgrading existing facilities, and more than doubling transformer capacities. This translates to continuously improving the grid performance, including our lower transmission rates. And we are not done yet. After the NBIP, several big-ticket projects will see completion in the next months, also in the next years, and within the next 10 years of horizon of our transmission plan. We are at the onset on modernized world-class transmission system. With our strong partnership with DOE and ERC at the heart of NGCP, we already have access to the technology powering the global leaders in the renewable energy space. With this, we are more than ready and willing to take on the laudable and ambitious dream of a greener, more RE-friendly energy industry to keep up with the demands of the rapidly developing country and changing economic landscape. All you have to do, Mr. President, is to tell us, and we will build the infrastructure you need to power our renewable energy aspirations with the help of DOE and ERC. These are so many economic opportunities for our country, and we must be ready to take this on it, and all begins with a stable energy industry and a strong partnership. On behalf of NGCP Board of Directors and Management, thank you for joining us in celebrating this landmark victory. And as a young boy, I've been reading a book on growing up. So as I say, for every tear, a victory. And thank you. And also to share with you our MBIP journey to this AVP. Thank you, and God bless the Philippines. Thank you.
At this juncture, may we request our President to lead the ceremonial switch-on of the MBIP. May we request Energy Secretary Rotilla and NGCP President Almeda to join the President. Also joining us live are Mayor Angel Yap from Lalalanao del Norte and Mayor Efren Gontrano Gica from Dumanhog, Cebu. May we request His Excellency to place your hand on the top of the button and press the button to signify the unification of the Philippine power system. Mr. President, at the count of 3. In 3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, the Mindanao-Visayas interconnection is now officially inaugurated. Thank you very much and congratulations. To deliver his message, may we request the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Good afternoon, House Speaker, Speaker Martin Romualdez, the Executive Secretary, Secretary Luke Bersamin. Oh, please take the seat. Our Energy Secretary, Secretary Popo Lotilla, Mr. Anthony Almeda, the President and CEO of the NGCP, my fellow workers in government, our very important partners in the private sector, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A year ago, we launched here in the palace the commercial operation of the wholesale electronic spot market in the Mindanao grid. I then highlighted the importance of completing the Mindanao-Visayas interconnection project by the end of March last year, as assured by the NGCP. After a much extended wait, I am pleased to finally see the energization of the 450 megawatt MVIP. It is the first time in the history of our nation that the three major power grids, those of Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, are now physically connected. A 184 circuit kilometer high voltage direct current submarine cable with a transfer capacity of 450 megawatts now connects the Mindanao and Visayas grids via Dapitan, Zamboanga del Norte, and Santander in Cebu. This infrastructure allows power generated in Mindanao to supply our homes and establishments in Visayas and now all the way to Luzon and vice versa. Indeed, this interconnection will unlock enormous socio-economic development potential for both Visayas and Mindanao. The realization of our one nation, one grid aspiration is definitely a crucial turning point for this country in ensuring reliable power at all times. I do not wish to discredit the momentous win that we are celebrating today, but I find the need to address a critical incident which has recently frustrated every one of us. Earlier this month, the Panay Islands started the new year with a total blackout for 3 days. Parts of Negros Occidental were under rotational power. The power interruption cost 3.8 billion pesos in economic losses in the province of Iloilo alone, notwithstanding the inconvenience that it brought to the people of Western Visayas. This incident emphasized the vital role of these interconnection projects. We cannot afford to have another round of this costly interruption, not only in Panay Island, but anywhere in the country. So let's move forward with the lessons that we have gained from this blackout. Ensure this massive inconvenience and loss for our people should not occur again. We acknowledge the NGCP's immense responsibility and role in maintaining the stability of our grid, including the need to ensure the completion of critical interconnection projects and to undertake other necessary activities to support a safe, reliable grid operation. So we look forward to the assurances in the promised completion of the 230 kilovolt Cebu-Negros Panay backbone project by March of this year, as well as the commitment that you have made to complete the Hermosa-San Jose 500 kilovolt transmission lines next month. We do realize these are daunting tasks, but I call on you to faithfully fulfill these obligations which are so necessary for the progress of our country. Let me reiterate the need for greater responsibility, transparency, and accountability among key players in our power sector, with NGCP as a singular operator of our country's united power grid. I assure that similar support and cooperation will always be extended by government to ensure the timely completion of all these significant transmission projects, particularly those that will relieve congestion, as well as those needed to deliver additional capacities that can be provided by renewable energy. I have directed the ERC to complete the reset of NGCP's rate without further delay. I have also directed the Department of Energy and the ERC to look into the proposal of allowing third parties to construct transmission projects at the pace required by the country's power needs as we grow out of the pandemic economy. Ladies and gentlemen, each of us here has a shared responsibility to ensure the reliability and the adequacy of energy supply at all times. I strongly believe that a brighter future awaits us So therefore, I enjoin your cooperation and commitment as we achieve our goal for our country's total electrification in the soonest possible time. Once again, congratulations and thank you to all who have contributed to the successful energization of this Mindanao-Visayas interconnection project. Thank you very much and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.